We're the quilting ladies who come out here to Hart Square to show you how quilting was done in the 1800s.
The way we do this is someone makes the top. In this case, this pretty red and white top. And then we bring it out here and we put it on this quilting frame. Now underneath this we have to have something fluffy between that and the back piece of the quilt. And very often in those days they used cotton which was grown right beside their house. They would go out, take the cotton, smooth it out, remove the seeds, occasionally left the seeds in. We'll find old quilts that still have seeds in them. And then we do this.
And they used all of their fabric scraps, old shirts, whatever they had.
Sometimes they even reused their bed coverings that were older and somewhat worn. They would take the pieces that were still good and they recycled even back in that day.
Sometimes they would just put a whole new quilt top on top of an old one that was getting kind of ragged.
I've seen several of those. They just took the whole quilt, just as she said. You peek inside, a little hole in it, and there's a whole other quilt, but it's got a whole new top and bottom.
Many quilts are not preserved because after the family used the quilt and the quilt was ragged, they would use it as a saddle blanket.
Quilts had to be quilted very closely because of the cotton batting. It wasn't batting, just cotton in there to hold it in place. If you don't have it quilted closely, then that will shift and you'll see chunks in one place and then chunks in another place instead of cotton all the way through. So it had to be spread out if it was going to be a nice quilt.
I think most of us quilt just for recreation, and we enjoy doing it, and we enjoy being with our friends. But if these women had little children they were chasing around, chickens they were chasing around, cows they were milking, eggs they were collecting, it was precious little time left to do anything for recreation. It was dire need in many cases. We have this on this lovely quilt frame. This quilt, of course, is very much longer than this, but our arms won't reach when we have it all sprawled out. So we have this quilting frame. So you can see there's little cogs here and these little sticks keep it at a certain adjustment. And then when we finish this part, we'll all pull back our chairs, we'll roll it over, and we'll have a whole entirely new section, and we'll repeat what we're doing right now until the entire thing is finished.
Because space was always limited, quite often these quilts were over beds or over the dinner table, and at night they would have to clean up the dinner dishes to lower the quilt so they could work on it.
If you would like to see more of this, we will be quilting again in the fall at the October Festival at Hart Square, and you're welcome to come and see what we'll be doing.